Hi everyone, this is Grace of GB Maltese, and I thought I would do a paint with me, and I can talk to you and tell you why I have been missing in action. As many of you know who have been watching my channel, know that I went to see my daughter. It is about a 4.5 to 5 hour drive depending on traffic. She lives in Dallas. And I live in a little bitty town in southeast Texas. And I had not been to her home in over a year. And I had not seen her in almost a year. She'd come here for a short period last November. So it was so wonderful to get to spend time with her. And I did take my camera, and I had planned on doing some recording, but you know how things can go sometimes. You get busy doing other things, and I didn't want to lug the camera everywhere we went, and my phone just doesn't have a whole lot of storage. So I did have a wonderful time. We did some things together. She was able to take off of work for a few days, and we went and did some fun stuff. While I was gone, my husband decided to take off of work to take care of our dogs. We have 3 dogs, and they're used to me being home since I retired from teaching. So he was home, and while I was gone, he decided to replace the floors in our bedroom. They were carpet, and we had been talking a long time about replacing that with wood or something. So while I was gone, he decided to do this himself. Yes, he does things by himself. He took all the furniture out, pulled all the carpet up, and all that good fun stuff, doing stuff he has never done before, trying to level out the concrete and all that good stuff. So he was doing this. He can be the sweetest thing. We all know how our men can be. They're just adorable most of the time. But then, you know, they do have their moments. But he replaced the floor, and the day I came home, he had finished putting the floor down. Furniture was all over the house. So, after driving my 4.5 or so hours, when I came in, I immediately said, okay, let's go. He was ready to put the furniture in. He'd been working all week on it. So we did. So before I even unpacked my car or did anything, we put furniture back in the room. We wiped everything down from the dust that came from the concrete. So yeah, it was a busy day. We finally got all of that done. Threw out some stuff we didn't need. I tell you what, over the years you can collect some junk, can't you? I know I sure do. So we got all of that done, and then from having sniffed all of that wonderful dust that was in the air, I had a little trouble with my allergies. My allergies are really bad. In the fall, dust is not good for it at all. So kind of took me a little time to get over that, and getting all my unpacking done and just doing things around the house, so I wasn't able to do a video. I was tired, my voice was croaky, so you didn't want to listen to Grace the Bullfrog. Yeah, I sounded pretty bad. Had bloody noses in the morning and all that kind of fun stuff. Anyway, I know you want to hear about all that, don't you? I am back, and hopefully I am going to be kicking up my heels and getting back in the groove. I have some different things I want to show you. But like I said, I wanted to talk to you and let you know where I've been, why you haven't seen me, why you hadn't heard from me. It's been a little crazy. Now, talking about husbands, you know, they can be just so sweet. But the other day, my husband is a vegetarian, and we go to Sam's, which is about an hour away, to get produce because we eat a lot. He especially does. And their produce is really pretty good, and we can get, you know, more of it so I can fix lots of veggies. While we were in there, there was this man, and he was showing these different massagers. Well, those of you who craft like I do, either diamond painting, knitting, crocheting, painting, it doesn't matter what it is. You know, sometimes you get an ache in your shoulders, in your upper back, and right there at the base of your skull. Oh, well, anyway, I told him, he said he was going to show me this whole body. And I said, the only kind of massager I'm interested in is one that has to do with my neck and shoulders and upper back. So he brought this one out, and it had, looks like sleeves. Okay, it looked like a scarf, and then it looped at the bottom. It comes to the front of you, and you put your arms inside those holes. And that way your arms are resting in it. You don't have to have anyone hold the massager in place. And you can move it up and down using your arms, and you can pull, you know, put more pressure to make it massage harder or lighter pressure. And it also had little heating things inside it. I tell you what, when I put that on, I felt like I had found the most wonderful object in the world. It was like, oh, this is heavenly. Oh, I love it. And I said, well, how much is it? And he said, well, normally it's $250, but I'm selling it today for $139.99, something like that. And I can throw in this whole body massager for $40. Well, I didn't care about the whole body massager. I didn't want that because I knew that where I needed it. So I said, okay, I'll think about it. My husband, he'd already walked off at this point in time. Yeah, he could see that his baby was finding something she really liked. So I told him, I said, oh, that felt so good. Really, when I got up and walked off, my shoulders felt so good. And, you know, as we walked around, I didn't bring it up every minute on the minute, but every so often I'm like, oh, my shoulders, they haven't felt this good in so long. It felt so good. And he was like, you wouldn't use that thing more than 2 or 3 times, and then it'd be put up somewhere. So, you know how we can just keep on. And, well, I really do like it. Well, I ended up leaving without it. And all I could think of was, poor me. I could be having wonderful shoulder feels every night or whenever I needed it. Well, I decided I'm going to look on Amazon. So I did, and I don't know if they were as good as the one he had, you know, but they have a bunch of them, neck massagers. I haven't ordered one yet. I'm still thinking about it. Maybe that'll be for me for Christmas. But they had some for like $35, and I'm thinking, that may not have enough of the action. But I found one for $59. And it also comes with a car plug, so you could use it in the car. So you can use it at home, in the car, wherever. And it also has the, I think it had 3 levels of intensity or whatever. It had the heat, and it had the arm things, because that's what I really liked. Because most of the time you look at massages, you got to hold it. I can't hold that on myself and relax. And you know, when we were younger, my husband would give me wonderful massages. Well, y'all know how that goes. He said, you could ask me for a massage, and I said, yeah, you can do it for about 5 minutes, 2 minutes. And he said, well, I'm tired, and I understand that, and that's the reason I wanted to get, you know, something else. He didn't have to do anything, not even hold the massager. So I did. They have a ton of them on Amazon. So, have any of you tried a massager like that? That was really cool. And like I said, the part that I really liked was that you just put your arms in it and just let them, they just hang, and you can move it up and down your back. It even showed them doing their feet, holding it on their feet. I don't know if I would do that. And their lower back and all these things. But where I wanted it was around my neck and shoulders. So if you have tried anything like that, would you let me know and what brand that you have? I'm just interested in looking into that because after looking down on the sometimes doing the diamond painting, and even when I do crochet or coloring or any other reading, even when you're cooking, when you're having to stand for a while, you kind of you need, at least I do. I don't know about you, but I thought it was pretty cool. But I came home without it, and I can't show it to you because I don't have it. But I'm just trying to find one that I like. Okay, enough about that. We know how that goes. Sometimes we really see something and we think we really need it. I don't know. Maybe I really don't need it. But boy, did that feel good. Anyway, one of the things that we did when I was in Dallas was we went to the Dallas Arboretum. And they fix it in the fall with pumpkin houses and all kinds of pumpkins. All different colors of pumpkins. I had never seen a white pumpkin before. And it is just so cool. It was really cool. Then we went, and we went to a trivia night. And they hold this at a bar. And I'm not a big drinker or anything, so I did have a hard cider. And, well, actually I had two. Because this was spread out over about 3 hours. And I drank lots of water, and we were eating something. Really wasn't a lot else to drink but water, which I did drink a lot of that. So, I tried two different kinds. One was pineapple apple cider, and that was really pretty good. I don't like the taste of beer. I just don't. For some reason, it tastes like earwax smells. Maybe I'm just weird, but that's how I feel. And then the other one I got, it was really good. It was a little more sour, and it was called crackberry because it was made from cranberries and blackberries. And I really did enjoy that one. Anyway, I was able to answer a couple of questions that night that nobody knew. I felt real special. Of course, if it was more popular things like TV and movies today, I hadn't a clue. But they asked one about Mark Twain. Which amphibian did he write about? And they had a contest with it. And I'm like, it's a frog! It's a frog! I knew that one. Everyone's looking at me like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, it's a frog. It was a frog jumping contest. I know that it was. Look at me like I don't have any sense. Well, you must admit, the others on our team were younger. There was only one other lady. She's a little older than I am, and we sat and talked together. I knew her from before. They were friends of my daughter, so they were very nice, but they kind of looked at me like, are you sure about that? I'm like, yeah, that one I was positive on. And another one, and this was just a wild guess. They asked for a dance that comes from, it's an Italian dance, and it had to do with the movements of a spider, the fast movements of a spider, so it's a rather fast dance. And I'm like, well, arachnid, that doesn't sound Spanish, and Italian, and I know it can't be the tango or the samba and all those, because those aren't Italian. So I just took a wild guess, and I said, what about tarantula? You know, it's a tarantula. And I was just kind of giving it a Latin spin on it. And again, they look at me like I'm totally nuts. And I said, well, you know, we don't get it, we don't get it. And it was actually tarantila, but they gave it to us because it was so close. And I'm like, wow. You talk about just a wild guess out there. But it sounded Latin to me. The name of the spider, when you put tarantula, there you go. It's got to be something. So those were my contributions. I mean, I knew a few other things, but they knew those also. But it was fun, and we did win. Now, what you win is they got money on their bar tab, which I don't use. I'm never go. But they were excited. They won. They win a lot. My daughter is she graduated from college with a biology major and a chemistry minor. She was magna cum laude. She's brilliant. Still trying to find out where she got all that. Her husband is brilliant. My husband, her daddy, is brilliant in science and math, and she's brilliant in that. And my forte is reading, language, anything to do with that, the arts, language arts, or anything like that. And I think she got some from both of us, and because she can do it all. And it's just like, well, I guess, you know, she's always been smarter than me, even when she was 2 years old. I couldn't win an argument with that child. Oh, for heaven's sakes. She was quite the little child. She is one of the main reasons I have one child. I couldn't have handled more than one. My husband didn't want any more kids either. He really didn't. But she's so smart, and she knew how to try to wiggle her way in and out of things, and she's just a mess. She's just a mess. Let me go see what my dog is yapping about, my little Yorkie. Sorry about that. My Yorkie was having a fit. She was just yakking away, and I think she was just telling me that she had been outside to go to the bathroom, and she needed her treat. Yeah, she's a mess. She really is. I know I need to bring her in here someday for you to see her. She is kind of squiggly. Doesn't like to... She's very independent. Talking about independent, back to my daughter. When she was little, she did some of the craziest things. Because she was so smart. She was so nosy. I remember when she was about 2. And, you know, I'd read books to her and things. And one evening, my husband and I, we were sitting and we were reading a book, you know, a novel. He was probably reading a magazine. He doesn't read novels. I was reading, and she said, "Mama, what are you doing?" And I said, "I'm reading." And she said, "I don't hear you." And I said, "I'm reading with my eyes." And she started blinking her eyes really hard, trying to read with her eyes. I thought that was the cutest thing I had ever seen. I will never forget that. So I explained to her a little bit. It wasn't long. That child was reading on her own. She picked up reading and all kinds of things very early, just because she wanted to. She also loved insects. I remember one Christmas, she wanted an insect circus. It was in this little dome thing, and it had little things inside the dome, and you put bugs inside it, and they can crawl around all these little things like they're doing circus tricks or whatever, and then we'd let them go. But yeah, she was always interested in science things. She wanted a science kit. She never played with dolls. She liked stuffed animals, but she never ever played with dolls. So it was, you know, she's just different than everyone else, which I thought was great because I didn't want her to fit in any kind of a mold. So I have lots of stories I could tell about her, but yeah, she was just a cutie pie. I don't remember much when I was a kid about things. I guess, there are certain things in your life that you just don't remember. Some people tell me they can remember when they were born. I'm like, really? Maybe they can. I'm not blessed with that, but no. I can remember just a few things. I remember some of my favorite Christmas gifts that I received when I was a kid. I loved my Light Bright. Oh my gosh. I loved that thing. In fact, I'd probably play with one today. And I had a spirograph one year, and I loved that spirograph. And I just enjoyed creating. I guess I had that creative gene in me for a while. And then another year, I got a chalkboard. It was for me and my sister. It was a big chalkboard. And I remember playing like I was teaching school, how you do with your little dolls or little animals. And I always knew, ever since I was a little kid, I knew I either wanted to be a nurse or a teacher. I just knew it. That's what I wanted to do. That's what my plans were to do. And I became a teacher. The main thing that kept me from wanting to be a nurse was I didn't think I could give a shot to anyone. I just kind of, not that, make me queasy. I just don't like the thought of hurting someone. And you see the screaming children. It's horrible. Oh, talking about shots. Oh, gosh. Let me tell you about when we were kids. There was me, and I had 2 older brothers, and I have a younger sister. She's 14 months younger than I am. Every year, when we'd have to go for shots, or booster shots, or whenever it was time for the booster shots or whatever, this is what would happen sitting in the doctor's office. Who would like to go first? Okay, well, my oldest brother says, I need to go to the bathroom. It wasn't long after that. My second brother said he needed to go to the bathroom. And guess what? My younger sister needed to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, I need to go too. And my mom says, nope, Grace, you're going to go ahead and you're going to... I was the one who was left last. So I got the shot. But to this day, shots do not bother me. Now, my sister and my oldest brother, they many times have to lay down in order to get a shot to keep from passing out. And, talking about my oldest brother, let me give you a catch up on his, with his cancer. For someone who hated shots, he's been through a lot in his life. Like I said, this is his 3rd round with cancer. They are giving him radiation every day, and I think it's for 6 weeks. I crocheted him some hats and took them to him, and he loved them. He was surprised that I had done it. I told him, I was planning on making him some. I guess he didn't think I was going to do it, And I stopped on my way to my daughter's house and gave them to him. And he was amazed at the different fabrics that yarn can be made of. I had merino wool, I had some silk, some alpaca. He was just thrilled. I did 2 blacks and 1 gray. Well, he likes the blacks the best. And he put it on immediately. He had another, looked like a knitted cap, probably one that had been purchased. That thing was so stretched out that there was no way it would keep him warm. He said that what he did was he would put like a bandana around his head, and he wore another knit cap he had that was wool, and he said it itched his head, it was so scratchy that he couldn't stand it. It made his head itch and very uncomfortable. When he put on the caps I made him, he said, "Oh, wow." He couldn't believe it. He took a picture of himself the other day and sent it to me. He said, "Just letting you know I'm still wearing the caps." And that brought the biggest smile to my face. He has now lost the taste in his taste buds, so when he eats, he doesn't taste anything. So that's a real bummer. I hope that it will come back once all this radiation is over with. Those of you who've been through radiation, have any of you experienced that? I talked with a very good friend of mine who'd been through it, and she told me that she had lost her sense of taste, which I know has got to be horrible. He's already thin enough. But we won't know the results of the radiation and all the other things going on until all of this is done and he has a PET scan. I'm not sure when the PET scan is going to be done. We'll see if the cancer is gone from his head. It's in front of his ear, behind his ear, and on his cheek. And they had also seen some other places light up in his last PET scan, but they were not sure if it was cancer or something else. So they had to immediately get something done with these other places. He had to have one of them cut out. It was on his head. It was horrible. So, those of you who've been sending good thoughts and prayers, would you please continue to do so? I know that this is helping. He told me he could feel the thoughts and prayers. He is taking something for his anxiety. He gets to help him sleep. I just can't imagine. He was telling me how they put the mask on his head. He said it snaps on. And I know I would probably freak out if someone snapped something on my head. I don't know. But I'll be just glad when it's all done for him. He doesn't have to go far as close to where he lives, so that's a good thing. But he is hanging in there, you know, the best he can. I mean, what you could expect from someone who is going through this type of thing, and not for the first time. So, anyway, there was something else I wanted to talk to you about, and I want to get your opinion on it. I want to do another giveaway, but I want this one to be different than what I've done in the past. I know I have people who watch my channel that may not even diamond paint. You just sometimes just sit and listen. You do other types of crafts. Well, this is what I have in mind. I would like to, I'm thinking about doing a two giveaways in one. And the value is $50 for each. And this is what I'm thinking of doing. If you choose, let's say Amazon or Nitpicks, or if you choose some other place that carries something that you want, whether it's yarn or diamond painting, coloring books, gel pens, markers, whatever it is. I've looked on AliExpress and on the Ice Yarn website, and they do not have gift cards, because I thought I would get a gift card for that person. Now here's the other option. If you can't get a gift card to the place you want, is you would have to have a PayPal account, and I would put $50 in your PayPal account. So one reason I'm doing this is to cut back on shipping fees for me. I want to tell you that when I sent the yarn to the UK, I spent $75 on shipping. And I just can't do that. And I want to be able to give things to my friends who live in other parts of the world. So this is why I have kind of come up with this idea. Now, I could also do a thing with AliExpress if you wanted me to do the order. But you need to know how to copy and paste the web address of the diamond painting or whatever it is that you want. As I said, they do not do gift cards. But like I said, I'll put it in your PayPal and do it that way, which is easier, I think, for both of us, for you trying to figure out, because you can't put it in your cart. If you're going to have me order something for you, whether it would be from Ice Yarns or from AliExpress, you cannot pick what you want and put it in your cart and send me a picture of your cart. It doesn't work that way. I won't get it. It won't show me what you want. We found that out when I did my last giveaway, and the person who won tried doing it that way. It doesn't work. This is the only way that it will work is if you go to the page of what it is you want, and you copy and paste the web address that is at the top of the screen on your phone, laptop, wherever. You have to copy and paste the page where it's on and tell me, usually like if it's on Ice Yarns, you would click on the color of yarn that you liked, and you would go to the web page up at the top and you click it, and you can, or hold your finger down if it's your phone, and it will say copy. And then you would put this in an email to me and paste it. And you could put keep putting items in there till you get to the amount that you have won. But that is the only way that will work. So anyway, what I'm proposing is to do doing two giveaways, because we're coming up to the giving time of year, and you guys are the ones who have made this possible for me to get to know you. I want to do something special for you, and I wish I could do it for everyone, but as we know, that just doesn't happen. I'll probably do this maybe next week or right after Thanksgiving. You tell me, what would you prefer? Me do this giveaway, because then I would wait like a week. So I could maybe hold the giveaway one day next week, and then you answer the question that I'm going to be asking to be entered. And as always, you have to be a subscriber. I do have some people who just watch and they're not subscribed. Well, I want my subscribers, because my subscribers are usually the ones who will comment. I do have some that comment that aren't, because I can click on your name and I'll look to see who you're subscribed to, and that's okay. You don't have to subscribe to me, but this giveaway is for subscribers only, so you would need to be a subscriber. Anyway, if you've been sticking with me and listening, you've stuck with me this long, then you let me know what you think about my idea of, it could be one of a gift card, or I can put it in your PayPal account. Or if you can't get either one of those because you live somewhere else that doesn't allow you to do gift cards or whatever, and some of you may not have a PayPal account. PayPal account is very easy to get. I like to have PayPal when I purchase items, so they don't get my information. So when I order from places, I usually like to use PayPal or something like that. Sometimes it's my credit card if they won't take PayPal, but I don't like to give out a whole lot of information, and I'm sure a lot of you don't either. But give me some suggestions if you think of something else. Like I said, when I purchase items and then box it up and ship it, the shipping takes up a big chunk. I would have to make what I purchase be much smaller items because the shipping is just so outrageous. So, I don't know. Just thought I'd share this with you because I have some of you who really are loyal to listen to me and give me some good ideas. I have got some great ideas from you guys that have to do with diamond painting, crochet, whatever. But this way, like I said, I'm going to choose 2 winners, and each one would get the $50. This is not like one person gets 50 and one person gets 25. This is both for $50. So, I hope that sounds interesting to you. Because different people are interested in different things, so that's I thought, this way you can kind of pick out what you want. You may be interested in skincare. Oh, talking about skincare. I gotta tell you a funny story. Okay. I'm sure a lot of you have seen the Hanacure ads where you put this, it's got 2 pieces, it's got a bottle and another thing. You mix them together, you shake it, and it forms a gel. And then you use the brush that's included, and you paint it all over your face and on your neck and all that kind of stuff. Well, I thought, I'm going to try that and just see. And by the way, I did like it. It's not something I would do a lot because it's not real cheap. But I got it. And I was at home, you know, and I wasn't going anywhere. Wasn't expecting anyone to come to the house. My husband was at work. So I thought, okay, this is a good time to do it. Washed my face and did all it said to do. Put it on. And it had been sitting on my face for quite some time. And let me tell you, when it dries, it does. It draws your face up. Well, during that time, I heard someone saying, hello? Hello, is anyone there? Because I had my front door open. It was, this was 2-3 weeks ago. I don't remember. It was before I went to my daughter's. And I had the door open so the dogs could go in and out. It was a nice day. And people don't come in the yard because my dog Oliver won't let them, which is fine with me. This keeps, you know, gives me some space. Well, I heard this lady, hello, anybody home? Hello, hello. And I'm like, oh gosh. My face is all drawn up. I looked like, I don't know what I look like, but it was embarrassing. I went to the door, and I tried talking through the door, but I had to kind of put my face out. And I said, I'm sorry, I have a face mask on. And I don't know if she knew what I was talking about. She was a Hispanic lady, and her English was broken. And, of course, that's no problem because I worked with my English as a second language kids for a long time, and I just love everybody. And that's the reason I won't turn my back on someone. So anyway, I go to the door, and I'm like, oh my God. But we have persimmon trees, and that is some of the sweetest, best fruit in the world. And we have people stop and ask us several times when they're ripe if they can have some. Well, that's what she wanted. She said, can I pick a few of your persimmons? And I'm like, sure, go ahead. And I told her which tree, to pick from. And, yeah, that was, I looked in the mirror and I'm like, oh my Lord. She was probably thinking, what is wrong with that lady? Because I was trying to kind of hide my face behind my hand. So, if I do that again, well, while I'm doing this, I have a lace face mask on. I don't want you to see it. I mean, it's not that bad, but I like skincare. How many of the rest of you enjoy skincare? I'm not talking about going just wild, and I do not do Botox. I don't go anywhere. I just get some items and just try it to see what it's like. I don't want anybody cutting on my face and that kind of thing. But the face masks, these sheet masks or lacy mask or whatever, they're very relaxing. And so doing this diamond painting, talking to you and wearing this mask, I am in the zone, baby. I'm telling you, it feels good. Feeling good. Now if I just had that massager, I'd feel even better. Okay, Grace, let's get off the massager. So, that was a real treat. You know, you think, I'm going to try this and see what it's like, and then you get someone come to the door. And you never know if it's someone that might be in trouble. She probably thought I was in some kind of trouble. But I just told her, I'm sorry, I have a face mask on. And that kind of a face mask is hard to tell because it's drying up and drawing your skin all up in these, I mean, it's weird. Anyway, I did like it, and it's something that I would, you know, just treat myself, because it's a whole lot cheaper than to go to a place and have something done to yourself. You know, like I'm not talking even about Botox, but like a facial peel and that kind of thing. I really don't want a chemical peel. I want something that is natural and not going to burn my face, because I've seen people who've had them and it looks like their faces are burned. And it might be the safest thing on the earth, in the world. And if you've had one and you had a good experience, it's just the price is kind of high. So I do self, I guess, treatments. So I'm just thinking of different things that I enjoy. I don't know, some of you may enjoy things like that too. It just feels good sometimes to do something special for yourself, and it feels good. And you can find face masks in Walmart, just in all different kinds of places, on Amazon. Type in sheet face mask. Another thing I like to use, excuse me, are mud masks. And I don't get the real expensive mud. Some of those things are real expensive, but it does feel nice. Let me tell you, you can feel it like drawing out impurities. I don't know if it is. It may just be but it does make my face feel smoother, and it makes me feel good. And I do use a few serums on my face just to keep it from getting dry, especially with okay, we're in Texas. This is November the 14th. Last night, it got down to 28 or 29 degrees here. Now, that may be normal from where you're at. That's not normal for Texas on November the 14th. It's like, what happened? Okay, we went straight from maybe a couple of weeks of a little bit of fall, because we were mostly in the 80s. That's pretty warm. Fall is usually the 70s for us. So this is crazy. Our high today will be like in the 40s or 50s. And it's nice. I enjoy it because the sun's out now. It was raining all I can't remember if it was all last week, and it rained part of the time when I was at my daughter's, so we didn't get to do some of the things that we wanted to do, but that was fine. Just enjoying each other's company was great with me. I just wanted to talk to her, and we talked about different things, and I've gotten her to try some of my crazy face masks. It's fun. So you could, if you have a daughter, granddaughter, a friend, a niece, or a nephew. I mean, guys do it too. There are guys that do it that enjoy having pampering on their face or other parts of the body. Like your feet, your hands. Oops. I think I just put that in the... That one I did put in the wrong place. And I put that one. That's supposed to be a C, and I'm putting it in on the E. Well, at least I caught it before I moved on. Don't know what I'm thinking about here. But I think I've probably talked your ears off long enough. I have a couple of diamond paintings that I want to unbox for you. One I'm really excited about that came from a place on Amazon. Amazon really does have quite a few choices of diamond paintings, and to tell you the truth, the ones I've ordered from them I have not had a problem with. Now, I know some people have. I think you just really need to be careful who you order from. And usually anytime I have contacted, because I always go with Amazon Prime, and usually I will contact Amazon and see what the deal is, and a lot of times they just send me a new product. I didn't even have to send the defective thing back. They didn't even want pictures. But you got to be honest. I mean, I've been a member with Amazon for a long, long time, and I am not going to cheat them and say, oh, this thing is not working. It didn't work. It's junk. I only do that if it really, really was something. And if you do have to send it back, they send you a postage paid. You don't pay any of the postage. I think maybe one time I had ordered my husband this long pole. Okay, my bird-loving husband. He had a birdhouse and he needed, I don't know if it was a 12 or 14-foot pole. Okay, but it is one that slides up and down. But the box was huge and it was very heavy. So it came and there were some screws or something missing, so he couldn't use it. So I let them know, and they did send me a return postage because it was over $200, I believe. I don't know. It was something that's his hobby. So I just taped the box back up, took it to be shipped off, and it was all good. They sent another one, and it was perfect. No problems. So I do like Amazon a lot, and I get a lot of things from there. Aren't you, the rest of you, an Amazon junkie? That's what I guess I am. I'll go on there and look. Of course, you know, I like AliExpress, those diamond paintings, and New Frog has some fantastic diamond paintings, and they have other things. I haven't really checked out what their other things are, but I may have to give a look and see. You know, Christmas is coming up. Don't know what else. Sometimes it's fun to just look at stuff and think, oh, so-and-so might like that, or, hey, I like that. Let me shop. Because how many of the rest of you end up shopping for yourself for your Christmas present? My husband says, I know what I want. Just go ahead and get what I want. I'm like, okay. So, there have been a couple of times that I told him exactly what I wanted, and he was able to get it. He felt real special. And it was. I felt very proud of him. And another thing that I do with my daughter is, so we get something that we really want, we will make out a wish list and put things on it, and the website, where to find it, the exact page of the website. Like if I wanted a certain diamond painting, I would copy and paste the address, the URL address on that page where I found the diamond painting, and copy and paste it and email it to her. I also make a list on Amazon when it gets closer, and I have her do the same thing. That way, you're not getting something that they're going to hate. Do any of the rest of you do that? Because sometimes it's hard. It's hard to decide. And you're spending all your time thinking, are they going to like this? You know, are they going to hate it? But that way, they don't know what you're going to pick out from the list. So that's just something we do, my daughter and I. And I have her ask her husband, because I have no idea what he likes. He's into weightlifting, so, and they also like Dungeons and Dragons, that kind of thing. So they just let me know, because he does weightlifting, and he does do some competition. Not like the big oiled down stuff. This is like lifting dead weight. I don't know what you call it. But it has to be a certain brand, a certain type of whatever it is he wants. You don't just go out and buy anything. If you have someone who has a hobby that's anything like that, the same thing with my husband. I have to sometimes just guess what to get him. My daughter was trying to decide what to get one year. It was last year, I think, and I found this shirt, and it said, "Warning, may talk about birds." And I so wanted to scratch out "may talk about birds" to "will talk about birds," because that, when he goes into something, he goes 1,000% of the way. He used to fish a lot till his dad died. That's been 9 years now, and he fished with his dad, and he said it's just not the same anymore. So my mom died the same year. She died in April. He died in October. And I had made a memory garden for my mom, and a lot of the plants we got from the funeral, I planted them in the ground, and I bought flowers, and she loved birds and flowers and butterflies, so I put some bird feeder and a bird bath, that kind of thing out there in remembrance of her. Well, after Jerry's dad died, he took an interest in that, and that's where it blossomed from. And it, like I said, he doesn't do anything halfway. He has built, I don't know how many bird houses, and we feed birds all kinds of stuff. Right now, they are loving. We buy jars of unsalted roasted peanuts, and let me tell you, almost all the birds are eating them. It's like they need that extra bit of fat. He crushes it up for the little ones, and even the wrens and the chickadees and other birds will eat it. Well, anyway, I'm sure you've heard enough bird brain talk, so I'm going to let you go. I need to make another video about one of the paintings that I'm really interested in. Oh, let me see if I can talk. I'm going to try to get this one uploaded so you can kind of see where I've been, what I've been doing. And I have missed you guys so much. I do. I think about you every day. And I've had some people make comments in between the time I've been gone. Some new people have subscribed. And I want to thank you so much for subscribing. And if you leave comments, bless you. Bless your heart. I love it. It makes me really feel special. I feel like I'm making a connection with you. So anything you want to ask or have to say, and I have had some people say some things that were a little bit, well, I wouldn't say they were rude, but they hurt my feelings a little bit. But that's okay. Everybody's got their opinions. Just keep it without being nasty, okay? I've not had anyone be really nasty, so let's just be nice. And I pretty much always respond to my comments unless it's something that was I found it a little bit rude and really don't know how I want to answer it. I'm not going to delete it, you know, unless you get really vulgar and nasty. Then what else can I do? I love my subscribers. I don't want to read that. You guys have a blessed day. You take care. Love you. Bye.